The first lesson would be to hydrate, and not just water, but electrolytes the day before. So effectively what happened was I cramped in both hamstrings, one of my quads, my toes were cramping, so I couldn't even run at the end. My back was cramping, my tongue was cramping. It was a mess. I was losing so much water, and I already know that I sweat a lot, but the idea of properly hydrating with electrolytes the day before, especially with salt, I didn't think about it until I was at the airport about to leave, and I met someone else who was doing a Hyrox. They finished theirs at the same time I did, and I was telling them how much I was cramping, and she's like, "Oh, I just take 2,000 milligrams of salt the day before," and I'm like, "Huh, okay." Like it just for whatever reason it didn't occur to me. I was trying to drink Gatorade beforehand, but going into my next Hyrox, which I'm not sure when it's going to be, I'm definitely going to be taking that approach of I'll probably get more salt because of how much I sweat, but I would definitely recommend to make sure you get enough salt and electrolytes the day before, just so you're able to maintain. Number two would be stretching before the event. So I am already a tight individual, so in the hotel room the day before I was stretching, like especially the bottom of my feet, because I have a lot of plantar fasciitis. So I was in the hotel with the golf ball, just rolling my feet on the bottom, just to make sure. Because one of the issues was when I ran, I would always get that burning sensation in my foot, and I wasn't able to run for a long distance. So I'm like, this is gonna be a lot of running, so I need to make sure that that's kind of worked out. So luckily during the race, it didn't impact me because I focused so much on stretching. But I would stretch like the day before, or just further out if you know that you're a tight individual. And still you can have a warm-up session there, because they have a warm-up section at the Hyrox event. So they have like treadmills, and every single piece of equipment that you're going to be doing there, they have a station so that you can warm up. The third lesson would be to get proper shoes. So I already had proper shoes because I knew I wanted to do this event, and I wanted to start long distance running more, because that was one of my weak points. And I was trying to do it before in regular shoes. Obviously that's a terrible idea. So there's definitely I think there's obviously Nike shoes that you can buy. There's I don't remember the brand names, but there's definitely brand names that are specific for running and those type of activities. So I would definitely recommend buying the proper recommended shoes for that activity, because that honestly could make or break you in the race. Like, don't think that you're gonna wear Vans and do well. You need something with a lot of soft cushion. The shoes that I have are the most comfortable shoes I've ever worn in my life. So I highly recommend getting something proper. The lesson number 4 would be game planning. So obviously my cardio wasn't the best. So I tried to think about, okay, on this exercise, I need to take my time. On these exercises, I can rush. So for the ski erg and the rowing machine, I already did well in those, like when I work out. So I know that I could go as fast as possible pretty much and not worry about tiring out. Whereas on the lunges and the broad jumps, those whooped me. those killed me, honestly. So I know I had to take breaks and kind of calm down and take my time to finish them. And also I was cramping during that time too. So I definitely had to pace myself. There was a time where I did not think I was going to finish because of the cramps. Understand, your pace, which exercise you can go harder at, which ones you need to take more time, because there's no sense of burning out, right? Even when it came to the last exercise, which was the wall balls, my original plan was to do 10 at a time. So do 10 reps and then take a break, do another 10, because you have to do 100. Because I never practiced them before, it was actually harder than I thought, because not only do you have to get the reps right, because you can throw it at the wall and miss the target and it doesn't count, even though you just squatted and threw it up. Even catching the ball was actually difficult, because I was sweating, but also I'm not used to catching a big ball. So that was I was dropping it here and there. So I just switched my game plan to, okay, do 5 at a time, and then getting my form proper with that too. Lesson number 5 would be to understand the structure of the event. So I actually got 2 penalties, I think, because of my laps. I'm not sure if it was because of the laps. Honestly, I should honestly go back and look at what was the issue, but I definitely think my first lap was too short, or the second lap. And then I think for the burpee broad jump, my chest wasn't hitting the ground. They gave me like 2 warnings about that, and I probably did it again and got a penalty. So understanding all the rules of the events, or all the exercises you're going to do, because it's one thing to look at videos and be like, oh, like I can do those things, but there's specific rules about which line you need to cross, or which line you need to stand beforehand, and etc. So I would understand that. Lesson number 6 would be practice every exercise, especially the harder one. So again, I tried to work on my cardio, but I didn't practice a lot with specific movements. So I didn't practice with kettlebell swings, like, I mean, not kettlebell swings, the farmer's carries with the kettlebells. Because that exercise was already easy to me, but I still should have worked on it because, my first round I was running with the kettlebells, but then the second round, that's when my hamstring started to cramp. I'm like, shit, my body's probably not used to this. The sled pushes and pulls. There's definitely technique that I can improve with that. So that's something I would recommend. Just actually practicing the movements, even if you don't think that you're going to be practicing every exercise the same amount of time, at least do try it. At least make sure that you know how to do it efficiently, because next thing you know, you're doing something you think is easy and now it's taking a bunch of your energy because you underestimated the movement, especially after running 1 kilometer between each exercise, right? The last lesson that I saw after the race, I saw it on an Instagram post, was I'm definitely going to try and get one of those water vests, so you kind of like attach it and you have like liquid with you, because especially if you sweat a lot, the issue is, yes, they have water on the side and electrolytes on the side. The cups are so small compared to the amount of water that I'm losing. So I was on the side just drinking like 3 or 4 cups. And it's still not enough to like replenish the amount of water that I'm losing. So I saw a picture of this guy who had this water vest on, and I'm like, oh, that's what I need, because I'm genuinely probably losing 5 to 6 pounds of water. I sweat a ton. So just so I can be prepared during the race, because you're not allowed to get snacks or anything from outsiders when you're in the race. So if I can bring some type of electrolytes or like salt water or anything like that with me without having it in a bottle, that's definitely something I'm going to look into. So